In this lesson, we are going to learn some of the abiotic factors that affect communities. Organisms within an ecosystem are affected by several biotic and abiotic factors, and this would affect the communities. Abiotic factors are the non-living factors that affect the communities, and these include the following. First, we have the light intensity. Well, we know that light limits photosynthesis in the plants. So, the light intensity will also affect the distribution of plants and animals. This is because if there is a low light intensity, then there will be less photosynthesis, and this will create less food for the animals that would feed on the plants to survive. However, some plants may become adapted by having more chlorophyll or bigger leaves. However, most plants need plenty of light to grow well. The other abiotic factor that affects communities is the temperature. Temperature is a limiting factor on photosynthesis, and therefore the growth of plants. For example, the low Arctic temperatures mean the plants are all small. This in return affects the number of herbivores that can survive, and so the number of carnivores will be affected. Next is the moisture level. Well, if there is a low level of water, then the plants and animals would not survive, as water is vital for survival. And this is why the plants and animals are relatively rare in the desert, as the availability of water is limited. In addition to this, soil pH and mineral content are also abiotic factors that affect community. Well, many plants require high levels of soil minerals in order to grow well. An example of this is magnesium, which is required to produce chlorophyll. And the pH of the soil also has a major effect on what can grow in it, and on the rate of decay, and therefore on the release of mineral ions back into the soil. Furthermore, the strength of the wind and its direction has a huge impact on where organisms are found within ecosystems. Many organisms prefer more sheltered locations, and this is because the plant seeds are more likely to settle and germinate there. And animals, which depend upon these, are more likely to live close to where they grow. Another abiotic factor that is important is the carbon dioxide levels for the plants. And this is because carbon dioxide is a reactant in photosynthesis, which means the plant needed to survive. And finally, the availability of oxygen has a huge impact on water-living organisms. This is because without this, aquatic animals would suffocate and die. And healthy lakes and rivers have high levels of oxygen, while polluted waters have low levels of oxygen.